Welcome back to Healthy Living. I'm Melissa Hodgson, your host, and we're talking today about St. Tammany Hospital Foundation and its healing work for St. Tammany Parish Hospital. First, we spoke with Greg Pellegrini, chairman of the Board of Trustees of the Foundation, and then Melanie Rudolph, who's a member of the staff that does the daily work that makes the foundation successful. Last, we're going to talk with Mary Lee, who chairs the Healing Arts Initiative Committee of the Foundation, and she'll be talking with us about how healing art makes a difference in the lives of patients and families, in the environments at the hospital, and how the arts are an important aspect of how the foundation is helping the hospital. Mary, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for inviting us. I appreciate it, Melissa. I appreciate the opportunity.
So excited to have you here. The Healing Arts Initiative at the hospital goes back to 2004.
It does. It goes back to 2004 when the hospital took this initiative and they coalesced a few people in the organization and just worked on different steps to start and to begin. They started with putting a player piano in the lobby. Then they went into patient care areas like radiology and painted healing ceilings and murals on the wall and things like that. But it was just a staff-oriented committee, if you will. And later, that branched out in 2011, 2010, 2011, it branched out into community leaders who were interested and wanted to have a say-so and how things worked. And right, it was a little bit of a risk, I think, because you have all these different opinions and you have to kind of coach all that, but it's turned out to be fabulous. I've been on the committee. Next year it'll be 10 years.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes.
I'm glad we've had your involvement that long.
Yes, it's been a wonderful process for me.
And I feel like that 2010, 11, 12 time was a time when the hospital had quite a few expansions, new buildings, things like that going on. And that was really the first opportunity to bake the healing arts into some of the environments.
It was. The then Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center was juried for artwork there, and the Women's Pavilion was juried for all the artwork there. It's a spectacular project from the ground up. It was really the first healing arts initiative, bricks and mortar, wall-to-wall initiative that the organization planned and executed and completed. And it's still a place where people like to show up in the lobby and read their newspaper or write or just spend time because it's so very relaxing.
And I think that gets at those principles of the healing arts, that what we are doing is not just hanging pretty art on a wall or bringing music into an environment. We are creating environments that are healing and soothing and help to foster the actual healing work of the hospital.
True, and I have to go back to, most of the healing arts is centered around psychology, color theory, and Eastern philosophies. So if you just think of something that we're all familiar with, a spa. We go into a spa so we can relax. And the spa has beautiful music, soothing colors, nice colors on the wall. Everything is just very kumbaya. Everything is just very, calming.
Absolutely.
And the hospital environment should really emulate that in every way, obviously, because it's a very stressful place to be.
Right. Other than the birth of children, most of the things that people are coming to the hospital for can sometimes be scary.
Right.
They can be life-changing for good and bad reasons. And obviously, the clinical professionals who are providing that care are healing and saving lives every day.
Yes.
But what the healing arts are able to do is make those environments that those people work in and that our patients heal in supportive.
Yes.
For the aromas and the sounds and the sights. All of the senses are involved in the healing arts.
You are so correct. And I know that as a mother of a daughter who is heavily involved with the arts and a son who is very heavily involved with music, and band playing and things like that, you understand the joy that comes from the youth when they're engaged in art. So it's this sense of contributing in a very signature personal way with someone's immediate environment. So we have three primary customers. We have the leadership of the organization that we serve. We have the patients, the family and the staff, like yourself, that we serve. And we also serve the artist community. So when we bring these three forces together, we all work together for one common goal, and that's to elevate the profile of healing within the organization and to always further our work at the next level. And it is It is a very busy job, I have to say, but it's one that I learned from every day with our committee and our community, and I'm very, very thankful to be a part of.
Well, that is beautiful. And one of the maybe highest profile, I guess, events that your committee has been doing is a rotating exhibit of art.
Yes.
So your committee is reviewing art for Principles of Healing Arts, and during a show, at least once and sometimes twice a year at the hospital. Can you talk a little bit about how that works?
Yes, so that is a relatively new initiative. That's actually our baby. It started that in 2015 when the organization opened a healing arts unit on 3 North. So we had a couple of pieces of artwork that were stellar from well-known artists in the community that were basically cherry-picked and put on the wall, and we just thought, wow, this is nice, we have art on the wall. And at that time, you know, I talked with leadership in the organization to see what we could do to further that, which would involve, you know, buying professional hanging equipment, maybe getting anti-theft devices, and kind of getting deep in the weeds on this. So we decided to just do it and see where it led us. We have been only doing this since 2015, so it's 2019, and we've had 7 exhibitions.
That's exciting.
It is exciting. We started out with one corridor by the PJ's Coffee House, which had natural light, and people could see the art from outside on their walk into the hospital. And we've now grown into 7 gallery spaces in the hospital. Our last exhibit, we installed 110 pieces of juried artwork.
Wow.
We sold all the arts for sale. We do not take any of the proceeds, commission. We don't charge the artist fees. And we sold 35% of that artwork. Wow. So again, the artist is our customer, the organization is our customer, and the staff is also our customer. We do have, just because I have the opportunity to speak live on TV, I do want to say we do have in the plans to have a staff exhibition of just the employees, because I've noticed we have quite a bit of talent.
Wonderful idea.
A lot of talent with those healing hands in the organization.
That exhibit and the history of that exhibit drew some state and national attention. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes. I have kind of a duality in the leadership role with arts. I always say that in Louisiana, arts is our culture and culture is our art. So we create culture. And so this exhibition is a little bit of Louisiana culture that we've created.
Absolutely.
You know, so we do things different here in Louisiana, and this is a little bit of a footprint of what we do different. I learned that we're the only hospital in the state of Louisiana that does this the way it's done. And the state was looking for an arts accessibility platform to promote the arts in the most unlikely places. Okay.
Wow.
So they heard me talking about our committee and our work in the hospital at meetings, and unbeknownst to me, some of them came to the hospital on weekends, and you know, they had family members in the hospital from far away from Baton Rouge, and they took note of it. So they decided to come and do a video series. There's
beautiful
8 videos in the series. It just released yesterday, actually. About the Healing Arts Initiative at St. Tammany Parish Hospital and how art is a wonderful purposing element in healing.
Oh my gosh, Mary, this is so exciting.
I think so.
Thank you for coming in today and sharing with us about the healing arts and how it benefits St. Tammany Hospital Foundation and St. Tammany Parish Hospital.
Thank you, Melissa.
We've been talking today on Healthy Living about St. Tammany Hospital Foundation and the healing work it does in our community to ensure the future of world-class healthcare close to home at St. Tammany Parish Hospital. I'm your host, Melissa Hodgson. For Healthy Living, tune in next week for a new show.